7 Premier League games in charge for Jose Mourinho. 5 wins, Stevie, which is impressive. This was different, though. This was coming from behind. How impressed were you by Spurs?
I wasn't particularly impressed by Spurs. I thought they got lucky today.
Okay.
They could have and should have been 2-0 down right after the start of the second half. This game could have been away from them had Connolly put a header into the back of the net. Instead of missing it completely, it comes off his shoulder. And even when Spurs go in front, I think Mourinho bottles it a little. You know, we all understand that when you're winning and you want to hold on to a lead, you can bring a defender on. But I would argue that when the game is completely in your hands, with the team you have on the field, you're completely dominating. The opposition, and this time it was Brighton, can't get out. Why are you changing it? I can understand if maybe they had lost the grasp of the game and maybe Brighton were beginning to put some pressure on, then you take a forward off and you put a defender on. But I don't get why, when you're in total control going forward and your opposition can't get out, you actually go and change it.
It's an interesting turn of phrase you used there about you bottled the decision.
Well, he doesn't trust them. When I say bottled it, he doesn't trust what's on the field to see that game out. That's why straight away, when he goes ahead, he says, right, I'm going to have to try and kill this. Because he doesn't trust them. He doesn't trust them to get a third goal and finish the game. He doesn't trust them to see the game out. He straight away goes into negative fashion, and that in turn goes through onto the players, because there's no question the last part of this game was a little nervy for Tottenham and the fans. And it didn't have to be that way. I think that's down to Mourinho. I think bottled it wasn't the right word. I should point out.
Yeah, I don't want you getting abuse on it, because I know what you meant.
I don't mean to bottle it. I just mean that he's panicked. He's panicked too early and said, right, this is it. When in my opinion, they were in so much control that they probably would have got the third goal.
Here's the last 6 results for Spurs in all competitions. Are Spurs better right now with Mourinho in charge than they were with Pochettino?
Well, the table would tell you that. But I think going back to my last point, you look at that, one loss. That means that they're capable of throwing goals in. And that's why he doesn't trust them. And to look at those results that you've just seen tells you he doesn't trust them. And that's why he made the decision today that he did. Now, people will say, oh, you can't argue because they won the game. Well, that may be true, but at the same time, they could have killed this game by scoring another goal when they were absolutely dominating.
Son missing for 3 games. Sessegnon got his chance. He didn't last long, did he?
It's quite a drop-off between Son and Sessegnon, but listen, it's a little early to judge him. You know, he's hardly stepped on the field. It was his first start.
Yeah.
It wasn't overly impressive, shall we say.
Spurs, Chelsea, Man United and 1 or 2 others chasing 4th. Right now, from what you've seen, and Chelsea struggling with that result today, are they your favourites to finish 4th, or are you still not convinced by Spurs?
I'm not convinced by any of them. That is the problem. I can't answer that. Man United, Chelsea and Spurs right now, you don't know what you're getting.
Well, Sheffield United then, because their fans love us after our pre-season predictions.
Well, so what?
Let me end by talking about Harry Kane and the goal that he thought he'd scored, then he got his goal.
Yeah.
He could be the guy who can lead them to 4th, couldn't he? As long as Sheffield United don't put a spanner in the works.
Listen, you take Harry Kane out of Tottenham, then the chance, whatever they have a chance of getting 4th. However big or however small you think that chance is, if you take Harry Kane away from Spurs, boy, that chance diminishes by some way. So there's no question. Harry Kane, he's a centre forward. He's a number 9. He's just class. He's world class.
And his goal wasn't too bad either, Dele Alli.
It was a fantastic goal. It was very calm. It was a nice finish. I would have liked the goalkeeper to have tried to save it.
Don't start.
That didn't impress me too much.
But the idea, at Old Trafford.
Listen, the idea behind it's fantastic. Nice little ball back from Aurier and he's in control of what he's doing. He picks out the far corner, doesn't blast it, just a nice little side foot volley up and over the keeper. And even if he'd gone for it, he probably wouldn't have got it, but I would have liked him to at least had a dive at it.
Come from behind win for Spurs. 5 Premier League wins in 7 Premier League games for Jose Mourinho. That's not too bad.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.